EduwebTV-KPM.
Hey? Oh my goodness! An accident? That's the car. This is the victim. Sir? Sir, are you okay? I know what I should do. Okay. This would be so good for my social media. Okay. Okay, let's do a close-up. All right, smile a bit. All right. Okay. All right, let's post it now so that it's trending.
What's happening here?
Oh, I think an accident happened or something. I'm just doing something here, taking photos. Yeah.
You mean, did you call for help?
Call for help?
Yeah.
Wait, hang on. I think you can do that. I'm doing something more important here. I'm posting it to my followers. See the photo?
Don't you have a conscience? He could be dead for all we know.
Conscience?
Yes, conscience.
Hello, Assalamualaikum and Salam Sejahtera. You're watching EduwebTV KPM today and we are here with our slot Menengah Atas. And for today's lesson, we are going to be learning Bahasa Inggeris or the English language for Form 5 pupils. Now, today it's going to be very interesting because we're going to focus on reading and speaking skills. But before that, let me first introduce our teacher that you have seen her profile just now, who is none other than teacher Liana Marisa Ismail. Hi, teacher. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
How are you?
Doing good.
Doing great as well. I'm doing great with you here. Now, we also have with us in the studio right now our sign language interpreter who is teacher Nur Ilda Kamaru Zaman from SK Pendidikan Khas Selangor. Hello, teacher Ilda. How are you doing there? All right, great. It's good to have you here with us. Now, before we talk about our gimmick just now and link it to our topic for today, let's introduce as well our pupils who will be learning with us today as well. Let's have them here behind me. Hello, everyone. Yes, all girls today, right, teacher?
Yes, all girls.
Can you perhaps introduce them one by one, please?
Okay, sure. Okay, we have 4 friends here with us today. First, we have Husna. So, Husna, if you could just wave to everyone.
Hello, Husna. Welcome.
Okay, and then next we have Adriana.
Hi, Adriana.
And next we have Alicia.
Hello, Alicia. Welcome.
And we also have Akila.
Akila in the house. All right. Thank you, pupils, for being with us here today. Now, before we begin our lesson, I would like to ask our teacher Liana here, the lovely teacher Liana, about just now our short sketch where you asked me, haven't I got any conscience? Now, for those of you hearing that word for the first time, what does it actually mean, conscience?
Okay, to put it in simpler terms, Shafika, conscience is actually common sense. So when you look at someone needing help, you would offer your help to him.
Oh, it's common sense to offer help and not taking pictures there.
Definitely.
All right, now let's begin our class today, teacher.
Okay, sure. So let's begin. Hello, everyone. So the title of our lesson today is Kids with a Conscience, and this is taken from lesson 104, Unit 12, Happy to Help. So viewers at home, you can refer to our English download textbook, pages 147 till 149. And as Shafika mentioned before, our lesson will be focused on speaking and reading. Okay.
All right.
So let's go to the first part, in which I've entitled it, What Would You Do? Okay, in this segment, our pupils will be presented with situations. What would they do in those situations? Okay, this is the first one. You see a woman begging on the street. So what would you do? Anyone?
All right, can we have our first volunteer? Maybe you can raise your hand up to answer this. What would you do? All right. Okay.
So, if I see a woman begging on the street, I would definitely give her some money so she can afford to buy her daily needed necessities.
Oh, Oh, that's nice
So,
of
yeah.
Adriana.
Yeah, giving money so you could buy anything that's needed. So I think, yeah, that would be good help. Thank you, Adriana. So anyone else would like to give a response to this?
Okay, who would you pick, teacher? Can we have Husna? Is that Husna?
Okay.
Yes. For me, I prefer to buy her some food instead.
Okay, so yeah, food is definitely one of the necessities for human.
Right.
So that would definitely help the woman. Okay, thank you, Husna. Now we have another picture. Okay, as you could see, this picture shows a hand holding a can, and you see that someone is actually spray painting a wall. So what would you do, pupils? Anyone would like to give a response to this?
All right. Is that you, Akila?
Okay, Akila, yeah.
In my opinion, if I see someone spray painting on a wall, I will demand them to stop. But if they wouldn't want to stop, I will immediately report to the authorities.
Okay, so I think, again, that's another common sense thing to do, to report to the authorities, because you know, sometimes people could get aggressive.
Yes, they can, especially if they are spray painting on the wall. So that says about their character as well.
Yeah, definitely correct. So yeah, contacting the authorities would be one of the best things to do. Okay, anyone else?
All right.
Okay, Alicia?
For me, I think I will do the same as Akila, which is I will ask them to stop. And if they don't want to stop, I will report to the police because they are doing some kind of vandalism, which is not good.
Vandalism.
Okay. Vandalism, yeah, that's a good point as well.
Yeah.
Because you know, when people vandalize, they are actually committing a crime. It's against the law. So they, obviously you would want to contact the authorities for that as well.
Yes. All right. That was a great response from our pupils just now. Now, we have more questions coming up, but stay tuned first. We are going for a short break and we'll be right back here on EduwebTV KPM.
EduwebTV KPM.
Hi pupils, welcome back to class. Today we are going for slot menengah atas for Bahasa Inggeris Form 5. And right now our segment is titled as Lend a Hand. Now Teacher Liana, when we talk about lending a hand, before we go on to individuals, are there organizations that have maybe a holistic approach to lending help to people who need help out there?
Okay, that's a very good point indeed, Shafika. That's true. Because you know, these organizations, they do help people worldwide and also nationwide. So I think it's best if we get to know some of it.
That would be great.
Okay, so we have the phrase lend a hand. So this particular phrase, it means something. So anyone would like to explain what it means?
Lend a hand.
To try, teacher.
Okay, sure, Husna.
Okay, as far as I know, lend a hand means to help or to assist.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, to help or to assist. And as you've mentioned, we can get help and also assistance from some organizations.
All right.
Okay, so now let's have a look. Okay, we have 3 organizations over there. Okay, these are quite famous and it's also international. Okay, so now pupils, your task would be to match the organizations with its functions. What are they gonna offer help with? Okay, so for the first one, would anyone like to try that? Try and guess. Okay, Adriana.
I know the panda-looking logo, which is the WWF, and it stands for World Wildlife Fund. And because panda is an animal, I believe its mission is to stop the degradation of our planet's degradation, our planet's natural environment, and build a future in which humans live in harmony with nature.
Okay. So that's a clever way of spotting, of trying to guess by looking at the animal over there.
She even gave the meaning behind the abbreviation WWF. Interesting.
Yeah. So now let's have a look at the answer. Okay, yes, correct, Adriana. So it's to stop the degradation, meaning to become worse, the word degradation, of our planet's natural environment and build a future in which humans live in harmony with nature. Okay, we have the second one over there, UNICEF. So anyone would like to try that one out?
All right. Okay.
So the logo of an adult and a child is the UNICEF, which is the United Nations Children's Fund. I believe that UNICEF protects the rights of children. It helps them to survive and develop and provides them with education.
So okay, that's you have a good eye. The logo is of a child and an adult. So let's have a look at the answer.
All right.
Yeah, it's correct.
To be honest, I only noticed that it's a photo of a child and a parent. I only noticed it now when she mentioned it. Wow.
So she's got a very good eye.
Yeah.
So yeah, UNICEF, it functions to protect the rights of children, in which it also helps them to survive, and of course to provide them with education, because education is one of the most important tools for children. And we have the final one over there, Doctors Without Borders. So anyone
would like to read out the last one?
Okay, Husna.
So by looking at the red colors on the logo, I assume that it is like a blood color. So it provides medical aid to those most in need, regardless of their race, religion or politics.
That's a good point as well, red being the color of blood. So let's have a look. Yes, so Doctors Without Borders, they provide medical aid to those most in need, regardless of race, religion or politics. Okay, so good job, girls. So they managed to identify these organizations and what they do. Okay.
Well done.
Yeah, well done. So now we've got to know 3 organizations. Now we are about to discover more organizations that help people. Okay, so viewers at home, you can refer to your textbook, pages 148 and 149. Okay, we have this article over here. Okay, your task, pupils, is for you to read the article and to answer these questions. First, you need to identify which charities help people, and second, which charities help nature and wildlife. So as we go on, as we read, you need to identify and you need to answer these 2 questions. Okay, so this is the second part of the article in page 149. So which one actually help people and which one actually help nature and wildlife? Okay, so are we ready? Pupils, are we ready to go?
All right.
Okay.
Is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay. Okay, so now I would like someone to help me read this out loud. So this is our article. So viewers at home, you can refer to your own textbooks.
Okay.
Okay, anyone?
All right, who would like to volunteer for this?
Okay, sure, Alicia.
What do you do in your spare time? Have you ever considered using it to improve the life of others? These children did. Read their stories and perhaps you too can be inspired to lend a hand. When 5-year-old Canadian Hannah Taylor saw a homeless man eating out of a rubbish bin, she was shocked and saddened. As a young child from a loving and comfortable home, she was unaware that homelessness existed. She never forgot the image of that man, and so, a few years later, Hannah founded the Ladybug Foundation, a charity for the homeless.
Okay, thank you, Alicia. So, Alicia, did you manage to... Are there any charities being mentioned here?
Yes, it is the Ladybug Foundation.
Okay, yep, the Ladybug Foundation. So, this particular charity, does it help people or does it help nature and wildlife?
The charity helping people.
The charity helps people, especially those who are homeless. Okay, now we take a look at the next one. So anyone would like to read this out loud?
Yes, me, teacher.
Okay.
She chose the ladybug because the insect represents good luck, which is something she believes the homeless need. She began by painting empty baby food jars like ladybugs and asking businesses in her town to put some small change in them. By the age of 10, she had raised more than $500,000. Now a young adult Hannah has spoken up for the homeless across Canada to hundreds of schools and organizations. Through these and other efforts, over $2 million has been raised to provide not only shelter but food, two basic human rights for the homeless.
Okay, thank you, Husna. So, Husna, any charities being mentioned in this part?
Yes, same with Alicia, the Ladybug Foundation.
Okay, yeah, it's the Ladybug Foundation, and it's impressive because this kid started it when she was just 5 years old.
Yes.
So that's, well,
she had that a level of awareness very young.
Yes, at a very young age. I don't think I would have that kind of awareness
Me
when I
too.
was 5 years old.
And they raised a lot of money as well. $2 million in how long? Yeah, such a short time.
Yeah,
all right.
So it's very impressive. Okay, so for the next one, can I get someone to do this?
Who can read this out, please?
Okay, Adriana, sure.
Janine Ricaire and Aileen Livingstone were just 9 years old in 1999 when they saw the rainforest disappearing from their beloved home in Manuel Antonio, Costa Rica, due to the development of roads and buildings in the area. They witnessed the negative impact of this on the animals, particularly the monotiti or squirrel monkeys. The main cause of death for these monkeys is electrocution from electrical cables or being hit by cars while crossing these new roads. This put the species in danger and inspired the girls to establish Kids Saving the Rainforest, or known as KSTR, a non-profit organization to save the local rainforest and endangered wildlife.
Okay, so any charities mentioned in this part?
Yes, Kids Saving the Rainforest.
Okay, yeah, Kids Saving the Rainforest. So, who does it protect?
It protects the nature and wildlife.
Okay, yeah, definitely. It's a charity helping nature and wildlife. Okay, thank you, Adriana. So for the next one, anyone else would like to do this? Okay, Akila.
KSTR has grown steadily. One of its objectives has been to create monkey bridges throughout the area. These are thick ropes that help the monkeys cross areas where there are now roads or electrical phone cables, or where there aren't enough trees for the monkeys to pass through. There are currently 130 such bridges, which, in combination with other measures, have saved the lives of many monkeys.
Okay, thank you, Akila. So any charities mentioned here?
Yes, the KSTR, which is the Kids Saving the Rainforest, same with Yana.
Yeah, it's the same charity as well, KSTR.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to look at the next one. So anyone would like to do this? Okay, Alicia.
Mary's Meals is an extraordinary charity that has introduced school meal program for hungry children in countries across Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, Eastern Europe, and South America. There, many children do not attend school. To encourage them to get an education, the charity provides free healthy daily meals at school. Education is important because it can lift them out of poverty by helping them to get good jobs, which benefits the whole community.
Okay, thank you, Alicia. So, Alicia, any charities being mentioned here?
Yes, the Mary's Meals.
Okay, Mary's Meals.
Alright.
And who does it help?
The charity helps people.
Yeah, it helps people. So,
Focusing on children, huh?
yeah, mostly on children and for them to get education. And if you notice, the lines can lift them out of poverty. Poverty means extreme, someone being extremely poor. So this charity helps to do that, exactly, to get these kids education.
One vocabulary for the books.
Yeah, poverty.
Poverty, okay?
Okay, so for the next one, anyone else would like to do this? Okay, sure, Adriana.
9-year-old Martha Payne from the UK had a blog about her own school dinners and whether they were healthy or not. Some people pointed out on her blog that she was fortunate to get a meal of any kind at school when so many children were starving. Realizing the truth of this, Martha got involved by raising money for Mary's Meals and encouraged her blog readers to donate. She has raised over £130,000 for the charity, visited Mary's Meals in Malawi, and herself became the subject of a BBC documentary.
Wow.
Okay, so Adriana, any charity being mentioned here?
Same as before, which is Mary's Meals.
Okay, Mary's Meals. Okay, again, this is a very impressive amount as well.
Yes.
£130,000 being raised for the charity.
That's a lot.
Okay, we have this final part here. So who would like to do this? Okay, sure, Husna.
The charity now feeds more than 750,000 children every school day, and it costs only £10.70 to feed a child for a year. There are kids making difference in the world. If you are lucky enough as a teenager to have money and time, then why not use them to do something constructive?
Okay, thank you, Husna. So we've got to the end of the article. Okay, now could I get someone to kind of like summarize the whole thing and identify the charities being mentioned and what they does.
Okay.
What they do, sorry. Okay, anyone? Oh yeah, Alicia.
There are 3 charities mentioned here, which is the Ladybug Foundation. This charity helps people. And then the Kid Saving the Rainforest, KSTR. This charity helps nature and wildlife. And the last one is Mary's Meals. This charity also helps people.
Okay, thank you, Alicia. So that's 3 additional charities that we've got to know. So viewers at home, now we have 6 charities that we've gotten to know of. We've known WWF, the UNICEF, Doctors Without Borders, and then we have the Ladybug Foundation, and then we also have Kids Saving the Rainforest, and we also have Mary's Meals. And what's splendid about this, the 3 final ones being mentioned, they are all started by kids.
Yes.
So that's a very impressive thing, I think.
It's not something that we usually hear, but it's good to know that there are charities like this out there, so we can ask for help from them. Now, that was focused on reading skills. After this, we have more to come, but we're going to go for a short break first, and we'll be right back here on EduwebTV KPM.
EduwebTV KPM.
You're still tuned in with us on EduwebTV KPM for Menengah Atas Slot. And for this segment, we are going to be focusing on reading with comprehension. So do take out your notebooks, do take out your pens and papers, write down all the notes that you can learn from today, also vocabulary as well, new words that you learn, you can also jot it down. And joining us as well, who's going to be answering the questions, are our lovely pupils from Maktab Rendah Sains Mara Sungai Besar Selangor, Alisha, Akila, Amira and Adriana. Now, we're also here with our lovely teacher Liana. How about this segment? How are we going to proceed with this segment, teacher?
Okay, thank you, Shakira. So our segment is actually entitled Kids with a Conscience. So that's our main title for today.
Okay.
Okay. So now you might wonder, what does it mean by conscience, and what does the whole title mean for the article?
Right.
Okay, so now we'd like to ask some responses from our pupils. So what do you think is the meaning behind Kids with a Conscience?
Okay, who would like to give it a go? All right, Yana.
I believe the title means those kids have common sense and they take initiative to the wrong things that they see.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's another point. Taking initiative
to the wrong things that they see.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, Adriana. So viewers at home, the meaning behind conscience itself would be this. That's the meaning of conscience, in which it's the feeling that you know and should do what is right and should avoid what's wrong. And most importantly, when you actually do something wrong, you would actually feel guilty.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the definition of conscience itself. So kids with a conscience would be these kids they have a really high sense of common sense. So they know what's right and they know what's wrong. Okay, so viewers at home, in this segment, we are going to have a reading comprehension exercise. So you can refer to the article in pages 148 and 149. Okay, this is the one in 149. Okay, so you can have a read and be familiar with the article first before you do the exercises. Okay, to do and to answer reading comprehension questions, there are several tips. Okay, first, we need to read the passage and questions at a glance. So at a glance means you should be able to look at both the text and the questions quickly. So you get to know the idea of what the text is about and what questions are being directed at you. Okay, so that's the first step. The second step would be for you to underline keywords in the question. So don't be afraid, just go and take your pen and underline words which you feel is important for you to understand. Okay, and third, after you have underlined the keywords, you need to refer to the paragraphs in the passage that are related to the questions. Okay, so now you go back to the article that you've got and you zoom in on the particular part which you think, the answer may be there. Okay, so you go back to the article and then next you find the answer in the passage or in the article. So this is important. So look at here without looking at the distractors, because commonly reading comprehension would have the options of A, B, C or D. So do not do this first. You go and look at the article first. Okay, so you will not be distracted by the distractors. Okay, and then next, when you have the answer, compare it to the other options. So this is important as well. So when you zoom in on the article, this is the answer. So now you compare the answer you've got from the article with the other options being given. Okay, and finally, this is when you choose the best option. Okay. Okay, so our pupils, are you ready to answer the reading comprehension questions?
Ready. Double thumbs up, please. Okay, great. All right, teacher, let's go.
Okay, so now let's have a look. We have this first question over here. So viewers at home, you can have a look at this question and let's do this together. You can refer to page 149. Okay, first question. How did Hannah Taylor initially help the homeless? Okay, so who would like to point out the keywords in the questions? Anyone?
All right, the keywords first.
Okay, Adriana.
I believe the keyword is initially help.
Okay, initially help. Okay, the meaning of the word initially is first. Okay, so viewers, so how did Hannah Taylor first help the homeless? So at the start, how did she help? Okay, so Adriana, which part in the article do you think can find this?
I believe we can find this in the first paragraph and also the 7th until the 9th line.
Okay. Could you read out the ones that you've zoomed in?
Yes. She began by painting empty baby food jars like ladybugs and asking businesses in her town to put small change in them.
Okay. So, looking at the options, right? Which one do you think is the answer?
The answer is going to be C, by getting help from people in her local area.
Okay, let's have a look. Okay, yep, that's the correct answer. Okay, so as you could see, by getting help from people in her local area, so she began asking businesses in her town to put small change in them. So that is equivalent to the people in her local area. So that's good job, Adriana.
She wasn't distracted by the distractors.
Yes,
good
she
job.
wasn't. Good job.
All right.
Okay, so now let's look at the second question. According to the article, The Monkey Bridges, so which are the keywords? Anyone? Okay, Akila.
I think the keyword for this question is monkey bridges.
Monkey bridges. Okay, yeah. Okay, so which part in the article would you find the answer in?
I believe the answer can be found on the 4th paragraph, starting from the 2nd line until the 5th line.
Okay, can you read that out loud?
These are thick ropes that help the monkeys cross areas where there are now roads or electrical and phone cables, or where there aren't enough trees for the monkeys to pass through.
Okay, so your answer is?
I believe the answer will be D, protect the monkeys from modern hazards.
Okay, let's have a look. Yep, it's correct. D, protect the monkeys from modern hazards. So as you could see, the bold ones, roads or electrical and phone cables, so those are the modern hazards. So yeah, correct. Good job. It's definitely D.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go to the next question, question 3. So what's the long-term benefit of a free daily meal? So anyone would like to identify the keywords? Okay, Husna.
From my point of view, I think that the keyword is long-term benefits and the free daily meal.
So there's 2 keywords, 2 phrases. Okay, so which part did you zoom in the article?
It based on 5th paragraph, which is the last sentence.
The last sentence. So could you read it out loud?
Education is important because it can lift them out of poverty by helping them to get good jobs, which benefits the whole community.
So your answer would be? Oh, okay. Anyone else? The answer would be?
Anyone would like to help her? A, B, C, D?
Okay, Alicia.
I think the answer is A.
Okay, the answer is A. So let's have a look. Yeah, it's definitely A. So if you look at the particular part in the article, education lifts them out of poverty while helping them to get good jobs. So when you have good jobs in the long term or in the long run, the economic situation would be developed as well. So that's why A is the answer.
I believe here, if you don't underline or identify the keywords, you would get confused because it says long term. If it's short term, then yes, it can be, it stops hunger. But then in the long term, it helps the economic development.
Yeah, that's a good point indeed, Shafika. So yeah, that's why it's very important for you to underline the keywords. Because otherwise, the distractors, it's there to distract you. And yeah, you may be distracted.
Yes. All right, moving on.
Moving on to number 4, we have this question over here. According to the article, Martha Payne. So what's the keywords here?
Anyone?
Okay, Alicia.
I think the keyword is Martha Payne.
Okay, Martha Payne. So now we have to look at the article and try to find where Martha Payne is. So where can you find it?
I can find it at the 6th paragraph, the last sentence.
Okay, 6th paragraph, last sentence. Can you read it out loud?
She has raised over £130,000 for the charity, visited Mary's Mills in Malawi, and herself became the subject of a BBC documentary.
Okay, thank you, Alicia. So your answer is?
My answer is B.
B. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, has seen the work that Mary's Mills does. So yeah, that's correct. And this is because if you look at the particular part in this article, she visited Mary's Mills in Malawi, which meant she went there and she looked at how the charity handles stuff. So that's why the answer is B for number 4.
Right.
Okay, so now we are moving on to number 5. Okay, number 5, it's a little bit unique. It's a little bit different from questions 1 till 4. And this is quite common in reading comprehensions as well. So we have which statement is true means we have to look at each of the statement and then we need to cross-check and double-check with the article to see whether the statement is true or false. Okay, so anyone would like to highlight which one is the keyword over here in the question?
I must say true is the keyword.
Okay, so true. So we need to find statements which are true or one statement that's true. Okay, so what about the option A, Adriana? What do you think?
I think the statement A is false because Martha isn't the only one who deals with issues of hunger, whilst Hannah Taylor also deals with hunger issues.
Okay, good point. What about B?
I think B is the answer.
Why do you say so?
Because if we look, Martha and Hannah deals with issues of hunger, so it leaves Janine and Ailina, yang deals with nature and wildlife.
Okay. So yeah, that could be the answer, but we should also look at C and D just to make sure that it is indeed, false instead of true. So now, what about C? Anyone would like to give their response? Okay, Akila.
I think statement C is false because according to the article, not only Hannah was inspired to act by a sad sight, but also Jenny Lee Kerr, Aileen Livingstone, and also Martha Payne.
All of them was inspired to do so, right? Okay, what about D?
I think statement D is false because because there is no indication from the article said that which charity raised the most money.
Okay, so it's a bit unclear.
Right.
Okay, so let's look at the answer. Yep, it's definitely B because as mentioned by Adriana, they are the only ones who established the Kids Saving the Rainforest, hence saving the local rainforest and endangered wildlife. Okay, so good job on identifying this answer.
Right.
Okay, we have a final question over here. This one, it's a little bit unique as well. So what is the writer's intention? So as compared to questions 1 till 4, for question number 6, you have to look at the article from all angles, from all parts, in order for you to actually identify what does the writer want you to do when you read this article. Okay, so let's have, so what is actually the keyword for the question? Anyone?
Obviously, the keyword here is intention.
Intention. Okay, so what do you think about the answer A?
I think the answer A is false because there's no statement that asks for donation to specific charities.
So they are not exactly asking for donations. So what about B?
For the second option, yes, the the article describe what the different charities do, but I believe that it's not the main intention or the best option.
So that's a good point indeed. Yeah, it does describe, but that may not be the intention. That might just be them telling people what these charities do. So what about the option C? Anyone? Alicia?
I don't think the answer is C because the article is not focusing on planning. Having a charity is a good idea.
It's not focused solely on that. What about D?
I think D is the answer because based on the article, there are several parts that encourage us to get involved in charity, such as the sentence of the article, which is, have you ever considered using it to improve the life of others?
Okay, I think that's a good point indeed. So your answer, it would be D? Okay, so let's have a look.
Correct.
So like what Alicia has mentioned, there are several sentences mentioning how to encourage others to get involved with charities. For example, the first sentence, have you ever considered using it to improve the lives of others? The second, read their stories and perhaps you too can be inspired. So now you are more encouraged to do something. And if you look at the third box, why not use them to do something constructive? So again, it's a sense of encouragement from the author. So yeah, good job everyone.
Good job. Well done. From what I see here, the questions for true or false answer, it's more focused on which one is the most certain, not the ones in the grey areas.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely.
Okay, we're going for a short break as usual and we'll be right back here on EduwebTV KPM.
EduwebTV KPM.
Hi everyone, you're still watching EduwebTV KPM for our Menengah Atas Lah with me, Syafiqah Farahin, and with our lovely teacher here for Bahasa English, teacher Liana. Now for this segment, we are going to be doing a bit of a game or activity, and we are going to be improving on our vocabulary as well as speaking skill. And how do we do that, teacher Liana?
Okay, thank you, Syafiqah. So we're going to play a game, and it's a vocabulary game, and it has to do with the theme of our lesson today, which is helping others. Okay, we've entitled the game as Unscramble Me.
Oh, okay. Unscramble. All right.
In which there would be several alphabets. It's not exactly in the right order. So the pupils would have to unscramble the words in order for them to get the correct word to fit in the sentence.
Okay.
Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so this is the first sentence. As you might have noticed, there's a blank part. So for the blank part, the pupils have to unscramble the ones underneath, make it into a word, then it will fit in the sentence. And the sentence would be correct then.
Okay, so that means for this activity, they can refer back to the article on English download textbook, page 148 and 149, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay, all right.
Okay, these sentences, yeah, exactly. They could also be found in page 149 of our textbook. So viewers at home, you can also do this with me. Okay, so now for the first sentence. Anyone would like to have a try?
Okay.
Okay,
Among
Akila.
our lovely girls.
I guess the first word for this letter would be D.
D, okay.
And then A.
Then A.
And then I.
Then I.
And then L.
Then L.
Lastly, Y.
Lastly, Y.
Oh.
So,
The word form is daily.
Daily. So what's the meaning of daily, Akila?
Basically, daily means every day.
Yes. So when we look at the sentence, the Ladybug Foundation makes a difference to many people's daily or everyday lives. Okay, good job. You managed to get that right. Okay, now let's have a look at the answer. Yep, it's indeed daily.
All right.
Okay, this one I think it's a little bit trickier. There's more alphabets. Okay, anyone would like to try and do this?
Wow, this is surely tricky. Who would like to go for the challenge?
Husna.
Husna.
Okay.
I guess that the first letter would be H.
Okay, H.
And then E. Wait, no.
O.
O.
Okay.
And then M.
M.
Okay, M.
E.
Okay, E.
There's a lot of E's as well.
And then L.
L.
E.
Okay, E.
Double S.
Okay, double S.
I got it. N. E.
N. E.
And double S.
And double S. So it
Wow.
reads out.
It's homelessness.
So what's the meaning of homelessness?
So homelessness means a state of having no permanent house or place to live safely.
So that's why the sentence indicated that we can use empty buildings in the area to end homelessness. So everyone would have shelter and roof over their head.
Teacher, quick question. Homelessness is a verb or a noun here?
It's a noun.
It's a noun.
Yeah, so it's
I
a
see.
state of being.
A state of being. All right. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's.
Okay, so that's the answer. Okay, the next one. A bit tricky as well. Anyone? Okay.
The first word will be O.
O, okay.
Next is R.
R, okay.
G.
G,
Next is A.
okay, A.
Next is N.
Okay, N.
What was that? The sound of N.
Next is I.
Okay, I.
Then S.
And then S.
Down there?
Oh, down there. Okay, I couldn't see.
Yeah, scrambled, huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Next is A.
Okay, A.
Then T.
Then T. Where's
All the way
T?
down.
Okay, over there.
Then I.
Okay, I.
Next is O.
Uh-huh.
And lastly, N.
Okay, so that reads out as?
Organization.
Okay, what does it mean?
I believe it means an organized group of people with a particular purpose.
Yeah, so the particular purpose over here for the charity is to raise money and help those in need. Okay, we have one final one. Okay, that's the answer.
All right.
All right. Okay, so anyone would like to do this? Okay, sure.
I think the first letter is O.
Okay, O,
Maybe B,
B,
J,
K, J,
E,
K, E,
C,
okay, C,
T,
T,
I,
K, I,
V, and E.
okay, V and E. Okay, so that one, it reads out as?
Objective.
And the meaning of objective is?
The aim of something.
Okay, the aim of something, which is to help families that are in financial trouble. So good job, guys. You managed to unscramble all
Yes.
4 words.
I definitely took a bit of a time to look at the letters and manage to get a word from that. Now, before we proceed with our final conclusion, perhaps there is a question you would like to ask our pupils online and at home to brainstorm some ideas there.
Okay, sure. I have this one final question, which is, have you ever considered using your money and time to help others? So what about you, kids? Have you ever considered this? So anyone would like to give a response?
All right, can we have one volunteer?
Okay, yes, Adriana.
So, I do. I have considered using my money and time to improve the lives of others. But in this case, it is my parents' money and not mine lah.
Okay.
But that's good as well.
Perhaps in the future when you have your income. All right, for those of you, the rest of you online, you can also brainstorm some ideas from this question here. And for now, can we have a brief conclusion from you for our lesson today, please?
Okay, so for our lesson today, it is very important for us to be kind. I think that's number 1. And if you have the time and energy to help others, why not? Do spend your time and energy to help others. And also in regards to the reading comprehension, do remember that when you want to answer, there needs to be several steps for you to follow. You need to read to identify the keywords, then look at the text, and then make sure that you understand both before choosing the best one. Okay, and then so with the theme of happy to help, I also hope that everyone would be ready to help whenever help is needed.
Yes,
Yes,
very good
definitely.
reminder for all of you out there as well. Can we know where pupils watching, they can access extra materials for revisions?
Okay, they could definitely access KPM's The Lima portal. There's lots of materials over there for you.
All right, as you can see on screen right now. Now, for the overall performance, our pupils online, how well did they do today, teacher?
Okay, I would definitely give them a 10 out of 10.
All right, great job. 10 out of 10. A bit of applause for you guys. Now, thank you for Teacher Liana for sharing your knowledge with us here today, and not to forget our sign language interpreter, Teacher Ilda. And of course, our pupils online, thank you for being with us and answering all the questions. Till we meet again, Assalamualaikum and Salam Sejahtera. Bye-bye.